Hello, everyone. My name is Zulfiqar, and welcome to another episode of Income Investors. With me today is John Whitefoot with another exciting income pick. If you want to read more about what John writes on a regular basis, you can head to incomeinvestors.com, or you can find the link to the website in the description below. Business development companies, or BDCs for short, are expected to do well over coming years. And you might be wondering, why is that? In addition to President Trump's pro-business policies and calls for Federal Reserve to lower interest rates, his administration includes Wall Street veterans Scott Bessent as Treasury Secretary. As Treasury Secretary, Bessent will no doubt push for financial deregulation and increase spending. This should make it easier and cheaper to borrow. And that's a perfect combination for BDCs, which are a vehicle lending capital to America's small and medium-sized businesses. And now, why should income investors care about BDCs, or what we call alternative banks here at Income Investors? Like a real estate investment trust, or REIT for short, BDCs legally have to distribute at least 90% of their taxable income to shareholders through dividends. While the high interest rate environment posed a challenge for many BDCs, the lower interest rate cycle should result in more BDCs issuing debt, which should help juice their bottom lines. And that's where today's income pick comes in. It's called the Stellus Capital Investment Corp. They're traded on New York Stock Exchange under symbol SCM. So John, what can you tell us about Stellus Capital Investment?
Yeah, thanks, Mo. Stellus Capital Investment is a BDC. It specializes in investing in private middle market companies in the US and Canada, primarily through first lien, second lien, unitranche, and mezzanine debt financing, often the corresponding equity investment. It generally makes investments of between $20 million and $100 million in companies generating between $5 million and $50 million of EBITDA. Now, to date, it has completed over 350 investments and currently has more than 80 active investments with $3.4 billion in assets under management. Some of the sectors it invests in include aerospace and defense, financial services, healthcare, and software and technology. It's important to also know what type of companies it's actually invested in over the years. Some of the bigger names it's been early investors in include Atkins Nutritional, Dr. Scholl's, PetMate, and Vision Media.
And John, now let's talk about financial performance here. How did it do in the third quarter of 2024?
Well, for the third quarter ended September 30th, 2024, Stellus reported investment income of $26.5 million, which was down slightly from $27.2 million in the same prior year period. Net investment income slipped to $10.3 million, or 39 cents per share. Core net investment income came in at $10.6 million, or 40 cents per share. The company's third quarter results may not have sounded all that solid, but management said it earned net US net investment income of 39 cents per share and core net investment income of 40 cents per share, which covers a regular dividend of 40 cents per share. Subsequent to the end of the quarter, it increased its capital base by $55 million through the upsizing of its credit facility to $315 million.
If you like what you see so far, check out incomeinvestors.com. While you're there, you could also sign up for a free special report titled 3 Income Stocks to Own Today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. And now back to the video. And John, let's talk about dividends. How do they look here?
Thanks to the company's reliable free cash flow, Stellus is able to provide investors with a reliable monthly dividend. Most recently, it declared a monthly dividend of 0.1333 cents per share for each of February, March, and April. That works out to 40 cents per share for the first quarter, or $1.60 per share on an annual basis, for a current forward yield of 10.39%. Now, over the last 12 years of operation, Stellus shareholders have received a total of $273 million in distributions, which is equivalent to $16.28 per share.
And finally, I am looking at the chart of SCM Stock at incomeinvestors.com, and I see that it is crushing the broader market.
Yeah, now more often than not, ultra-high yield dividends are attached to a stock that actually isn't doing very well, and that's because share price and dividend yield have an inverse relationship. Now, fortunately, that isn't the case with Stellus Capital. The last time we looked at Stellus Capital back in October of 2024, it just hit a new record intraday high of $14.44 per share. Fast forward 4 months, and SCM stock has notched up a number of additional fresh highs. Time when much of the market is experiencing weakness, SCM stock remains resilient, hitting a new record high of $15.55 per share on February 20th. Now, as of this recording, SCM stock is up 4% over the last month, 12% year to date, 18% over the last 6 months, and 33% over the last year.
John, thank you so much for your insights. Just to recap, Stellus Capital Investment Corp is one of the longest tenured BDCs specializing in senior secured loans in lower middle market. Collectively, Stellus had invested over $8.5 billion in the lower middle market credit and equity investments across cycles and industries over the last 20 years. Thanks to its strong balance sheet, Stellus Capital is able to provide investors with a reliable monthly dividend. Its solid financial results are also why investors have sent SCM stock to record level. And this is all good news for common shareholders and the 65 institutions that collectively own 11.03% of all outstanding shares. Some of the biggest holders include Two Sigma Advisors, Raymond James, Morgan Stanley, and BlackRock. That's it for today. And make sure to go to incomeinvestors.com now to get our free special report on 3 income stocks to own today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. We'll be back with more income picks soon, so stay tuned. And in the meantime, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Goodbye for now.